Okay, hello once again. Welcome to Practical Research 2, which is the quantitative research. So in our first video, I have already discussed about quantitative research, what is it all about, also the characteristics of quantitative research, and the nature of inquiry and research. Okay, so this time we are going to continue with the strengths and weaknesses of quantitative research. So for the strengths, so when we say strengths, this is actually the advantages. So these are the advantages of quantitative research. Okay, first one, it is objective. So the strength of quantitative research being its accuracy in the measurement, and it is most reliable and valid. Also, because this is this way because it uses the larger sample, which makes the result valid and more reliable. Also, it provides numerical data that cannot be easily misinterpreted. So you can just easily misinterpret the results of your data since it's numbers, so there is a specific formula. Next, the use of statistical techniques facilitates sophisticated analysis and allows you to comprehend a huge amount of vital characteristics of data. So there will be statistical techniques so that you can come up with your analysis. Also, when you have a very large sample size, of course, you will be overwhelmed with a lot of data, but because also of statistical techniques, especially there's already computer generated statistical techniques, or there are already program and statistics that could make your analysis easier. Okay, then it is real and unbiased. When you say unbiased, meaning to say, since you are not allowed to, in quantitative research, you are not allowed to give out what you're thinking, what you think about the data that you have gathered. Your idea as a researcher, your thoughts about the data that you have acquired, it doesn't matter. What matters is that whatever the result of the data upon analyzing, then that's it. Okay, so it is real and unbiased. And also the large sample size could, and also the random sampling, they could make your data gathering free of bias. Okay, let's move on. So first of the strength is the being objective, and then the use of statistical techniques, and of quantitative research being unbiased. Okay, just a minute. All right. Another strength, another advantage. The numerical data can be analyzed in a quick and easy way. By employing statistical valid random models, findings can be generalized to the population about which information is necessary. So it's very easy. So don't think that quantitative research is just it's more difficult than the qualitative research. But with this strength of quantitative research, you have to remember that it's easier to analyze the numerical data. Okay, so there are valid random models so that the data gathered will be easier for you to, analyze. Am I balik-balik? Okay. Okay, next part. Quantitative studies are replicable. When we say replicable, the same that we have discussed in the characteristics is that once a research is published, another researcher or the next generation of researchers or other researchers could actually look into your research, and then they could replicate the research method, the respondents, but not the results, because there's a possibility that you have different results. It could be that the result of the new researcher would confirm the result of your research or otherwise. Okay? And then standardized approaches allow the study to be replicated in different areas over time with formulation of comparable findings. Then quantitative experiments are useful for testing the results gained by a series of qualitative experiments. So, the quantitative results can also be used to qualitative experiments. So, I think the two researches are just actually connected. Okay, so there. Then let's go to weaknesses. I hope that, I've tried my best to explain it. So when we say weaknesses, it talks about weaknesses meaning disadvantages. Okay, one of the disadvantages of quantitative research is the large number of respondents. It is, in quantitative research, large number of respondents, it follows that the result is more valid and more reliable. But it turns out to be a disadvantage because, there's the because here, because it is costly. Since there are more respondents compared to qualitative research. In qualitative research, as many as 2 or 3, you can have your respondents, but in quantitative research, you must have more. The more reliable. Okay. Also, another reason is that expenses. It would cost you more to print your questionnaires. Also, when you go there, especially if it's out of campus or it's somewhere near your community that needs expenses in coming and going to your respondents, then it will take a lot of time and also money. Okay, then another weakness is much information are difficult to gather using structured research instruments. Yeah. So if there are many information that you put in your structured instrument, then it would take a lot of time to tally, to tally and analyze. Also, when it comes to issues like premarital sex, domestic violence, among others, especially when these topics, premarital sex and domestic violence, they usually fall under the qualitative research. And if you're going to quantify your questions in these, so yeah, it would be more difficult. Another weakness is that, or another disadvantage, data from questionnaires may be incomplete and inaccurate. Researchers must be on the lookout on respondents who are just guessing and answering the instrument. So make sure that your respondents are able to really answer each of the questions in your questionnaire, because aside from the time element, there will be inaccuracy. The questionnaires will be incomplete, so there will be a portion in your research that lacks information. Also, as much as possible, if it's okay with the respondents for you to be there while they are answering your questionnaire or your research instrument, then the better. So that if they have confusions, or if they have if there are things in your questionnaire that they don't understand, you can actually explain it better. Alright, so we are done already with the strengths and weaknesses of quantitative research, and this is your activity. So for you to pass or for you to answer this activity, just send me your PM using this format, your first part is discuss the strengths of quantitative research using your own words, of course. So this is going to be 100-word and then 100-word paragraph, and then this also discuss the weaknesses of quantitative research, another 100-word paragraph. Okay, so if you have questions, just send me a message in my messenger account. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and be healthy. Goodbye.